Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you are new. My name is Jade and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my completed pages for May. There's also is for April as well, but I only got 2 pictures finished in April, so I didn't do a finished pages video because there wasn't enough to do a whole video for. But this month I've managed to get a couple more done, so I wanted to upload a finished pages video and share the pictures that I've managed to do with you guys. So first of all, we'll take a look at Johanna Basford's book Small Victories. I'll just move them to the side. So for this one I did a colour along, and the video is up on my channel if you guys want to join in, but this is the finished page. So I did the spring themed page. I used the Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils to do this and did like a step-by-step tutorial on how to colour this in on my channel. So that's already up and live. But I didn't use anything else on this. I didn't use any white gel pen or any other kind of background detail. It was just the Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils. So yeah, I tried to keep it nice and sort of like pastel-y colours, and tried to keep within the spring theme. So that was the first one, and this one again I did do it in April, this one, so not last month, the month before, but that was that one. Next I've got one from Rita Berman's book, My Tour Through Asia, which is still quite a new book. I haven't actually done many pictures in here, so I wanted to come back and do a picture in here, and I chose this lovely little post box picture to complete. So for this one I used the Neo Colour 2s for the background, so this sort of like blue colour in the background was the Neo Colour 2s, and then I used the Arteza pencils. I'm trying to think if I used anything else. I used some Black Widow pencils as well for some of these little sort of designs on the post box, some of these little sort of like post-it notes. So it was a mixture of the Black Widow pencils and the Arteza pencils. I think I used a bit of gold gel pen here to add these little details in to the post box. So hopefully you can see a little bit of shimmer on there and on the bottom. And I think that was everything that I used, to be honest. But I was quite happy with how this one came out. I was thinking about doing the post box red, but then I thought, well, we always do red post boxes, so I wanted to do it like a different colour, and I thought we'll do it pink so it matches the blossom at the top. So I went with pink in the end, but I was quite happy with how this page turned out. Quite a nice little picture. Okay, next I've got this book, which is a new book for me. It's a Disney Colour by Numbers, and I've been seeing this all over my Instagram feed, everybody colouring in these books with the acrylic paint pens. So I thought I'll give it a go. So I got myself this book, and I also got some acrylic paint pens to colour in with. So this is the one that I decided to do. I think he's from Madagascar, if I'm not mistaken. Is he the penguin from Madagascar? I think so. So for this one, I used the acrylic paint pens. I got a set off Shein for about £18, I think it was. And they're actually quite nice pens. They work really well. So I used them to do this. And then I just used a bit of white gel pen to fill in his eyes so that his eyes were white completely. And I probably should have done like this section here where his white belly is, so that you couldn't see the sort of lines that they put in. I think it would have looked better if I'd have done the white inside there and sort of covered them lines as well. But obviously this was the second picture that I'd done, so it was kind of practicing really, just to see how they come out and what they look like. So that was the second one that I did. The first one that I did was in this book. So again, it's the same sort of book, Colour by Numbers, but this one's got more classic pictures in. And I did the Queen of Hearts. So again, for this one, I used the acrylic paint pens for this. But for the background, I went with the Neo 2s. They worked all right, but they don't cover up the little light sort of lines underneath. I don't know if I bring it up, you might be able to see all like the numbers where you should fill in the colours. So the acrylic pens, they do tend to hide that a bit more. So I think the acrylic pens are the best way to do it. But for this background, rather than doing the background that they had, I just used the Neo 2s for the sort of sky, and then I added in some little cards just to make it look a little bit different. I think if I can see, because they give you like an image of what it should look like. So yeah, it was just a plain blue background for this one. So I changed it up a little bit and just added in some cards and things like that. But these are quite a lot of fun to colour because you don't have to think about like what colours you're going to use, because it's all laid out for you down the bottom here. And then obviously like shading and things is already sort of incorporated within the colours. But what I might try on the next one that I do is just to do it in coloured pencils and see how that comes out. See if it looks any better or how it works. So I'll keep you updated on that. And then next I've got a page from A Million Mermaids by Lulu Mayo. So with it being Mermaid, I wanted to get a mermaid picture in. So this is the one that I decided to do, a nice double page spread. Hopefully you guys can see it all, yeah. So for this one, I used the Inktense pencils for this sort of green in the background of the sea. And I also used them to do her hair as well. I thought it would be good to get like a base colour down with these, and then I could go over it with pencils to sort of go over any of the shaded areas that I wanted a bit darker and things like that. So that's what I did for the hair. I used them as like a base and then went over with some pencils. I used the Arteza pencils for this one, and then just a bit of white gel pen to go around where the sort of waves are crashing around all the different animals up here. But I'll bring it up just so that you can take a closer look. So I was quite happy with how these little whales turned out with the blue and the purple. I thought they looked quite nice. And then over here we've got some shells and some different little sea creatures and some killer whales. With her skin, I wasn't really happy with how it came out. I don't think I picked the right colours for the skin. But, you know, it's a completed page and everything is practice. So as they say, practice makes perfect. So that's that one. And then next I've got a couple of whips to share with you. So I started one in Dreamlings 2. Which was this page, and I just went in with the touch markers and did a base coat on the different mushrooms and the houses. And then for the background I went in with the Inktense pencils and used like a green and then a slightly lighter green to the blue and the dark blue at the top. But obviously that one's nowhere near finished. It needs all the pencil work and all the shading adding into that as well. But hopefully I'll get that finished this month and you'll see that completed in next month's. And then the last whip that I've got is in Fairy Tale Princesses. So this is by Hannah Lynn. This one I was doing for Mermaid. As you can see, I've not really done much of it. I've added a bit of marker pen to some of these sort of background pieces. And then I've added some shadow in with the Artex pencils it is. And I've added some white gel pen into this sort of like waterfall area that we've got here. So yeah, it's nowhere near finished, but I thought that I would share it with you guys as a whip. Seeing as though I haven't managed to get many pages finished this month, so I thought if I share my whips with you, it'll look a little bit more. But yeah, that's everything that I coloured this month, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.